just to look at the title, the Sutra of the Heart of Transcendent Knowledge. The sutra, a sutra is the Buddha's spoken words, although it's curious in here because the Buddha doesn't really say anything to the end. But Avalokiteshvara is like the medium for the Buddha's wisdom. So he speaks as the Buddha sits in samadhi, in meditation, almost throughout the whole Heart Sutra. So, but it is considered to be a sutra because it really is the words of the Buddha coming through Avalokiteshvara, the great bodhisattva. So the Sutra of the Heart, here the heart, although I think it's appropriate to, we think of heart in terms of love or openness or warmth, so we could think of it that way. But here it's really referring to the essence or ultimate nature of all things. Of course, when we recognize the ultimate nature of all things, the kind of warmth of our nature comes through without any kind of cultivation or need to, have an object to love. Then transcendent wisdom is prajna paramita. So transcendent paramita means to go beyond dualism, go beyond extremism, which could mean, well, something exists and then something doesn't exist, is or is not. But it also manifests as the kind of extremism we see in the world today because we're not looking at things properly. We don't understand the nature and we create dualism in that way. And then, of course, we have so much pain and suffering. And it's always been that way. But we can understand it simply by looking at our own world, but also the point of this is to look at our own mind and our own fundamentalism, because it's very easy to point outward and say, oh, there's extremism, when you're not looking at your own extremism and how that works within the context of your own mind. So prajna paramita is transcendent knowledge. Prajna is knowledge, is often translated as accurate discernment. It could mean relatively accurately discerning something, how causes are related to their effects. For example, if you cling to the self, the effect is suffering. When you're kind of engaging with others, when you're extending to others, then of course there is a great joy and release of your own kind of unsettled mind. If you're doing that authentically. So cause and effect is a big part of the 12 links of dependent arising. If you plant an apple seed, you'll get an apple tree, kind of like that.